all the while Lakshmana was standing outside of the compartment, outside of the room, and he was listening, and he was also very emotional. He was also down, and the minute Rama emerges out of the room, Lakshmana tells Rama, "I also want to accompany. I cannot leave you. I cannot be without you. This kingdom doesn't mean anything to me if you are not here. So let us go together." Then and again Rama tries to convince Lakshmana, and Lakshmana is also like help. He's very firm. One thing that you need to observe is, even when Lakshmana is saying that he wants to accompany Rama to the forest, he is not in agreement that he should go to forest. Rama should go to forest. So think about it. You have a brother or you have a sister. You try to guide her. You tell her that no, this is not the right thing. They don't listen. What will you do? You will tell them like 10 times, 20 times, and after that you will be like, I have done my part. I have told you. Now you're on your own. Go wherever you want to go. But Lakshmana did not do that. Lakshmana said, we will do it together. Empire or exile, we are together. So when Rama argues, he reminds him one thing. When Dasharatha asked, or when Dasharatha said that you will become the crown prince, you came and told me that Dad has given me the responsibility of taking care of the citizens of the kingdom of Kosala, and we will do it together. That is what you said. So when you said that, you cannot go back now saying that, oh, if it is sorrow, then I am alone. If it is happiness, then I am together. No, that is not going to happen. So at that point of time, Rama gives in. Rama is like, yes, this is convincing. Yes, this is how Lakshmana is. This is what Lakshmana is. And he tells Lakshmana to go and inform his people, his wife, and maybe Sumantra, and then we can go to Vanavasa. So it is all happening in the first few hours of the day on which the coronation should have happened. And these are the reactions of few most important people. And somewhere along the way, Sumantra also gets to know that now the news is spreading into the city. Citizens are knowing slowly, and Sumantra also gets to know. And next few episodes, what happens is they all go to a court. They meet in a court, and Rama delivers news of, okay, I have decided to go to Vanavasa, and I'm starting today. There is no tomorrow or day after to it. I am getting ready and I'm going. So now everybody is settled in a courtroom, and you have Dasharatha, all three of his wives, and Dasharatha asks everybody, all those important people to come in. Vasishta is there. Vasishta is the guru, right? Vasishta is there. Sumantra is there, the charioteer. Everybody comes in, and Rama expresses his willingness to go to exile, to Vanavasa. And when he says that, he also says that Seetha and Lakshmana also want to come along with me. I tried to convince them not to do so, but they're not listening to me. So I had to give in, and we are three of us are going together. That is what he says. And Dasharatha is extremely sad that he, who is supposed to be taking care of his daughter-in-law, now he has to send her to exile. So he is very dejected by that. And Sumantra actually speaks up. Sumantra talks to Kaikeyi in a very harsh tone and very harsh voice. Sumantra is a charioteer, and Kaikeyi is a queen. But still, look at the way Sumantra has mustered up courage, or the emotions are so high that they are not really caring if they are talking to a queen or if they are talking to the king. They cannot take this news anymore. It's too much for them to handle emotionally. And he bursts up and he says, whatever you are doing, your thoughts are very wicked, and this is not going. You are not going to get good name for whatever you are doing. Future generations will remember you as a wicked woman, not as the crown queen of Ayodhya. This is not befitting you. And he also goes on to talk about Kaikeyi's mother, who was also not really virtuous in character. She is also kind of wicked, crooked, and all that. So for that kind of a woman, this is a kind of daughter. Like your behavior is totally in line with your mother. So we shouldn't be surprised. We were fools to think that you were noble. King was a fool to think that you were a noble person and not carrying the qualities of your own mother. So all those things he says, and nobody stops him. Nobody opposes or nobody says, oh, you are talking like this to a queen. Be careful. Nobody says that because everybody is in agreement with whatever Sumantra is saying. So then what happens? A very interesting thing happens now. This lady Kaikeyi brings, there's something called Chirvastra. Chirvastra means the cloths, those are unstitched cloths made out of bark of a tree. So these people are supposed to go and live in those clothes for the next 14 years. They were not supposed to wear the royal clothing or elaborate silk clothing and everything. So she gets those into the court and she hands over it to all three of them, Rama, Seetha and Lakshmana. And Rama ties them around him and Seetha is perplexed. Seetha's reaction is, what are these? What am I even supposed to do with this? So the kind of innocent question that is coming from Seetha, the people in the court really start crying. I mean, they have tears in their eyes are moist at this point. Because Seetha, such a delicate person, she has taken upon herself to go to exile and now she is expected to wear all these things. Then Vasishta speaks up. Vasishta says, Seetha need not do this because Seetha, in fact, Rama should go to exile and Seetha should rule the kingdom. That is how it should be. Seetha, for that matter, need not go to forest, and if her decision is to go to forest and be along with her husband, then she need not be compelled to wear these kind of clothes. She should be allowed to, with all due respect, she should be allowed to take the royal clothes with her and the jewelry with her. She need not. And people at this point have started speaking against the king. They are calling king names like incapable. They are calling king the names like, what kind of a decision maker is he? He is giving into, they are thinking that Dasharatha is smitten by the beauty or the qualities of Kaikeyi and he's liking the way, or he's doing it for Kaikeyi. While king is also dejected, he also doesn't want to. That is what that is what people are thinking at this moment, and people have started talking against the king. So look at Dasharatha's graph. He was in the same court yesterday. He was meeting with all the people, getting their consent, and everybody was appreciating the decision of Dasharatha. And in a day, less than 24 hours, things have changed so drastically, and now they are talking like this about Dasharatha. Then Dasharatha says, during the entire conversation, he is not able to talk much. He is very sad. He is choking up, and he falls unconscious in between. Lot of times he falls unconscious, and people around him lift him up and bring him back to senses, and all those things keep happening. And Dasharatha says, he talks against Kaikeyi, and he says, no, Seetha will not go in these clothes. It is not appropriate for us to send Seetha in this clothes. Seetha will take few clothes and jewelry along with her. She will stay adorned. She will stay like a princess. She will dress like a princess. There is no talking. There is no discussion needed about it. That is what he says, and that is the conversation. And Dasharatha also says that, please, I'm in the trap of my own words. I had given boon in a very different environment or different situation where I was, where my life was under threat, and Kaikeyi saved me. That is when I gave my boons to her. Now she is using it in this kind of situation, and I am trapped in my own words. So I cannot tell Kaikeyi that I am not going to. I won't send Rama to exile, because if I do that, then not just me, the entire dynasty will have that mark. That, okay, a king born in this dynasty did not keep up his words given to his own wife, and the wife saved his life. So that is the kind of mark this Ikshvaku dynasty has to carry. So I cannot do that. But you can trap me, you can imprison me and become the king. Do that. That is the appropriate thing, and I am all up for it. Please do it. Imprison me. Both the sons, Rama and Lakshmana, come imprison me, and you take the kingdom over. That is what Dasharatha says. But Rama is Rama, right? Rama wouldn't do anything of that nature, never. And all three of them decide to go on exile. And finally, Dasharatha asks Sumantra to take them and drop them off of the kingdom. So Rama, Seetha, and Lakshmana They are walking on the streets, they go into the chariot, they take all their belongings, they take the weapons, they take the chirvastra or those clothes made out of bark, and very few essentials along with them, and they sit in the chariot. And when they are doing that, the people in Ayodhya, they are following the chariot, they are crying. They are crying so much that, so when the chariot is going, and Rama is asking Sumantra to go fast, because he doesn't want to be in that environment for a very long time, and the longer he stays, the more emotional people will become. So the most important thing for Rama to do right now is immediately exit the city. That is what he needs to do. So Sumantra is asked to take the chariot fast and fast, and when he's doing that, the way Valmiki explained this entire situation is, he's doing that, and all the sand on the ground, right, on the roads, it's coming up, it's raking up, and everything has become cloudy. And people are crying so much, they are so much in tears, that the dust is settling because of tears of people. So that is how Valmiki explains the entire scenario. And when you read through it, I was filled with tears when I was reading it. I felt very, very sad to see the status, and to see the status of Rama, and to look at Seetha that way. And lot of times, right, when you read or when you think about Ramayana, we are so much used to the fact that Rama, Lakshmana and Seetha went to forest. We know that. And we have become so much thick-skinned to the fact that we don't become emotional about Rama, Seetha going to forest, right? But if you have seen the movie Bahubali, most of you might have seen, right? So when you watch the movie Bahubali, when the hero is not becoming the king, he was almost decided that the hero will become the king, and immediately in next few months, decision will be taken against that. You feel so emotional about it. Everybody feels sad about it. But we have become so much used to the fact that Rama went along with Seetha and Lakshmana to forest. But when you read the real text of Valmiki Ramayana, that's not the case anymore. You will feel like I'm learning about it for the first time. And the status of each and every person in Ayodhya is described like, it is heart-wrenching actually. People have stopped cooking, people have stopped taking care of their children. Animals are not producing milk anymore. Animals are also dejected. People, the merchants and traders have stopped their businesses. There is nobody who is buying and selling things. There is nobody who is cultivating the crops. Everything has come to a standstill in a matter of a day. That is the status of people of Ayodhya. And Rama turns back to see her mother and father collapse like huge trees standing tall, and they collapse in front of him, and he doesn't want to see that anymore, and he urges Sumantra to go faster, and that is how the chariot is pulled out of Ayodhya. So let us go a little bit further into the story, and then we will stop. Because the story is not about the sorrows and crying of people. This is a story about how all these challenges are overcome. So Rama is not dejected. Rama is up for the challenge. Rama is saying, yes, if my father is asking me to do something, I am doing it. That's it. So next what happens, they go out of the city, but still people follow them. People keep running behind the chariot. People try to stop the chariot. They go and stand in front of the chariot, or they fall in front of the chariot, and they stop the chariot from progressing. With all those things happening, they reach the banks of Sarayu the next day, that night, and everybody takes rest for that night. So they are in that Sarayu, banks of Sarayu, and next day morning, and Lakshmana doesn't sleep. Lakshmana is just guarding his brother and Seetha along with Sumantra. Next day morning they wake up, and all the citizens of Ayodhya are still sleeping. So they take that opportunity and they just cross the river and go. By the time people of Ayodhya wake up, Rama, Lakshmana and Seetha are gone. So they are crying, they are very sad about it, and they do not know where to go because they don't know which direction they headed, right? So they decide to go back to the city of Ayodhya. That's what happens, and Rama, Lakshmana and Seetha are taken in a chariot along with Sumantra to the other end of Sarayu, and there they meet few people, and from there they proceed. Eventually they find their place in a place called Chitrakuta. It's a mountain called Chitrakuta, and they decide to live there upon the advice of some sages. That we will know next week. Okay.